Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Amy with Paper Moon Journals, and I have this gorgeous Alice in Wonderland journal to share with you today. It's huge. It's 100 pages. It has this little mini chunky journal that comes with it and lots of lace, custom collage. I like how the cover, the spine, and the back are really cohesive on this project. I used this really pretty porcelain teacup and saucer charm that has like macaroon cookies on it. Really pretty pastel colored macaroon cookies. And then I also used these paper flowers. The roses were from Graphic 45. I added some buttons and these tiny little plastic playing card embellishments. The charms and the plastic embellishments I got from Hobby Lobby, which is about 45 minutes from my house, but it is the closest place for me to go pick up supplies in person. And here's a quick peek at the second page because I opened it to the second page. So she's so pretty, she didn't want to wait to be shown. And then here we are inside the front cover. This is a tutorial that will be coming up on my channel. I promise. I keep saying that. I did do a Merry Monday project in collaboration with Twisted Paper Studio on my social media that is the same project, but same but different. And then there's a large tag in the back. I traced a Graphic 45 tag. Again, I just have these long tags in black right now. And so I doubled over my scrapbooking or my digital printout, printed on letter size paper. And I just printed it, folded it in half and glued it shut. And then traced out my tag shapes on that. Those little tags from the side are using my tag top punch, as do these little ones in the pockets. These are some journaling cards that I added. I have a lot of Alice in Wonderland digital kits. I'll try to put everything in the description box, but if I miss something, please go ahead and comment below and ask. Or I had somebody comment today that I really inspired them. And I sure appreciate hearing things like that because that's one of my goals here is to inspire others. Because I know when maybe I'm in a slump or I am seeking inspiration on a theme, I love going to YouTube and watching other people's videos. So thank you so much for watching and commenting on the videos. What I've done here is I used those envelopes that I love from My Porch Prints, and I made them into side pockets by gluing them shut that way. And then when I glued them down, I just glued them down on the sides, leaving the whole back open down the middle. And then I put smaller envelopes on top. But we're on to page 2 now officially, and this is the Queen of Hearts, and I really enjoyed adding this red heart gem. I use jewelry grade charms in the journals. I just love the charms, and the chance to add the bling to the journal is fun. These digitals here, these vintage documents are from my own vintage document kit in my Etsy shop. I remember to use some of my own stuff in this journal. I think all the vintage documents are stuff from that same digital vintage document kit. For these, I backed them onto some product packaging from a shirt. You know how that cardboard comes in the shirt. It's a nice thin, lightweight cardboard, and it's white on back. So I like doing that whenever I can. Hiding some junk in my journal. You might wonder, where is the junk? There is no junk in here. I hide the junk really well by gluing pretty things on top of it. So you don't even know it was junk. But I have that little bookmark in a tuck spot here. I added lace to the top and bottom of the page. And the fussy cuts that inspired this, like that rabbit on the page we just passed, were a kit by Miles Beyond the Moon. Actually, two kits. They had Alice in Wonderland 1 and 2. And I was both of those kits were just fussy cuts of characters from Alice in Wonderland. And so I used that kit was my inspiration. I had bought it, I think, at least a year ago, and I've been sitting on it, planning to use it. I also have a Queen of Hearts from them that I so regret not getting into this journal here. But it is packed. There wasn't room to add more by the time I remembered I had that too. And then I tried to make some of the characters more inclusive, a little bit different than maybe the expected character. And so here's a little Alice here that I think is so pretty. I added embroidered roses to her hair and fussy cut flowers to the pages. All of these fussy cut roses that I'm using here are from Shabby Dabby Doodah. I love her fuzzy cut flowers, and they seem to go great on everything. I just have to remember to use them. So I've added lots of lace. I added that rabbit to the background card. Another kit that I used to go with this that was for Miles Beyond the Moon was their Bluebird kit. I think it's called Bluebird Days, something like that. It's a summer themed kit. And I thought it was really nice and that it went well with this theme. And then I had, oh my goodness, I forgot who it was that made it. It's not one of the shops that I buy from the most, that I got the Alice in Wonderland kit that I love. I know it was called Astonishing Alice. Here's another cute little Alice, I think. Any cute little girl in a Victorian blue dress to me, if it's in an Alice in Wonderland themed journal, is an Alice. So yeah, so we have some cute a tag, a dress, and some of the journaling cards are reprints of tarot cards. I bought a scanned in kit. This was decorated with one of my vintage documents on the right, and then on the left was some ephemera from the Bluebird kit. Some of the little girls in here are from that Bluebird Days kit because all of the little girls were wearing blue dresses in there, so that was nice. I did go through my PDFs for Miles Beyond the Moon, and I'm not sure where I got all of the little girls from, to be honest, because I went back and I'm making a summer themed one now. And I thought I reprinted everything, but I'm not seeing some of the little girls in the project I'm working on now that I'm seeing in the Alice in Wonderland journal. So yeah, I definitely got creative when I was printing out fussy cuts. I love that page spread there with the different collaged scraps and the Alice and the White Rabbit page spread. I use some tea stain paper. You know, I love to use the pixie dust file lined and blank neutral pages. That's a favorite for me for like filler pages. And I don't know about you, but like when I write in journals, I want to have lined pages if I'm going to write anything much. And then, yes, here's more ephemera from the Bluebird Days. I also used Divine Neutrals. I've mentioned this before, but there's quite a few fun pockets in there and tuck spots. So I used just a couple different pages from the Divine Neutrals by Pixie Dust Files to add to this. And then those mushrooms that you've been seeing so much of, you might remember if you've seen many videos here, it's from the Mary Pinkmas. The Mary Pinkmas collection had those pale mushrooms on it. One of her Halloween kits has some really nice mushrooms on it too. Some of them show up as PDF images, tiny little thumbnail images, when I'm looking through my file folders. And of course, those are the things that get picked up the most often when I'm looking to print. I have some stuff from what used to be Digital Collage Club. I think it's called Make and Create now. Still a nicer website and same great stuff, but a fun new name. So that's pretty exciting. That may be where I got these journaling card prompts from. I have a lot of them. But again, if you just look in the description box below the video, there will be like a little V, or it's supposed to be an arrow. And if you click on that, I think it says see more. Then the description box comes down and you'll see links to different things, the shops that I use. I love this page. There were no characters on it, but I embellished the heck out of it anyhow. That's ready for some important thoughts there. And that's so true. The busier I go, the behinder I get. Yeah, I thought maybe that was a Pooh quote, but seeing it in here, maybe it was from Alice in Wonderland. That colorful image on the right was one that I fussy cut down. And then again, the images on the left. Some of the things I used to decorate the pages were actually meant to be journaling cards. And then I just fussy cut the images out of the journaling card to use that as decoration. The tags that came with the kit that I used the Alice in Wonderland themed pages from, those were really nice. I really like that kit. I don't know why I would make a journal and not use at least a few pages from that kit. It has nice block pages for writing and layered up of lace and different things on the pages. In the video here, while I'm rambling on, you can see that I'm going through some of the ephemera in the pocket. And this ephemera, again, was from like Digital Collage Club or other Alice in Wonderland kits or ephemera kits that I had, in addition to ones that came with kits that I actually used in, the making of the journal. That envelope there was from the Bluebird Days kit. And then I also added envelopes from My Porch Prints. I love those vintage neutral envelopes. I use those all. I just have a stack. I keep a stack ready for every project I do. If I don't use them, it's because I forgot. I don't know. So yeah, I love those envelopes. And the other envelopes that I used were ones by Amity Bloom. I really like Amity Bloom's different envelopes that she has. They're really pretty and they seem to go nicely with the different projects. In the video, I'm showing off more custom collage tags. And here's another inclusive Alice. Again, anybody in an antique looking blue dress. So yep, there's quite a few different Alices in here. And here's one of those envelopes I was just talking about that was an Amity Bloom envelope. And then some little ephemera kit here from one of the many things that I have. And then this envelope is loaded with ephemera that is fun and cute. I really like packing these pockets. And as I like to do, there's enough stuff in here. If you wanted to create more pockets and then use some of the stuff to fill those pockets, you could do that. That postcard would be just the right size to make a pocket, and you could fill it with 2 or 3 things from the envelope and still use the envelope. I did want to point out in this waterfall, I think I have before, that sometimes they get kind of sticky or stuck flattened from being in the book. So if you just pull it a couple times, then it loosens it up. Here's a really pretty charm. This one I would love to see on a pendant. It's 3 dimensional. It's a little silver figurine and it's kind of heavy and it feels, again, like a jewelry piece, something you would wear on your jewelry. That's ready for a beautiful picture or photo or an important sentiment there. And then that envelope on the right, or that tuck spot on the right, is from the Divine Neutrals. I know I had a collection of library cards, Alice in Wonderland library cards. There's a little bit of my vintage documents tucked in here. I just think they look nice and old timey, right? And that button card was from the Bluebird kit. I think I used most, if not all, the ephemera from that. And then I made a tuck spot out of that journaling card on top of a pocket. And then there's 2 pockets on this page. These are the different pieces of ephemera that I tucked into this pocket. A nice little ribbon winder thing. I do like to use those. I'll trace them out onto cardstock or the back of a cereal box or soda boxes and then use that to wrap my ribbon on. I really like to keep my ribbon carded, so that's just a tip there. I find that it carded and in baskets keeps it much more tidy and easy to see what I have and what I might like to use than if I kept it in bundles, tied bundles in a, just loose in a bin. Here's another cute little Alice, or to me, she looks like a little Alice to me. She could be a friend of Alice if you don't agree that she would make an adorable little Alice. And then I added satin flowers and more gathered trim with it has lace and organza on there. That's very pretty. And I think we're into the 3rd signature here. I made this into 3 signatures. If you're new to this, a signature is just a bunch of folded pages that are sewn into the spine, and it allows them to lay flat. If I had tried to put all of these pages, all 100 pages, into a single signature, it would look like what some people call a gator mouth. It wouldn't look the way I wanted. That's fine if that's the look you're going for. But the reason I gave it that fat 3-inch spine was I wanted mine to not be a gator mouth and to have even maybe a little bit of room if you wanted to add stuff to it. Here I can see that one of the last things I do is add lace before filming. And we have a little extra distressing there where the lace had gotten glued to the page next to it. And this happens often on these videos. Again, if you've watched many, you won't be surprised because this is my final look through, get everything right side up. If things need repairing and I notice during the video, I do it as soon as I shut it off, or I might even pause the video, get the glue, fix it, and then move on because, yep, this is my final quality control check before it gets sold. And thank you so much to a regular customer who lives in Folsom who's bought for me. Oh, I love this frog page spread. I really like putting them on the mushroom, and the way that had him framed in the oval was just what I wanted. But yes, to a customer in Folsom who's bought from me regularly. He's been a great customer. It was so exciting. I was still in there editing the listing, trying to put links to all the videos when, like this video, when I noticed that it had already sold. So that was so exciting. Speaking of exciting, this is maybe my favorite packet of ephemera. I kind of saved the best for last. I did put one of these little flip out envelopes in each of the three signatures. And then, yeah, one of the envelopes often ends up being my favorite and will have all my favorite things in it. Just love how that came out. And since I bought the two different Alice in Wonderland kits, we get two different versions of like the Queen of Heart, two different versions of the what is it? The twins, the Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Yeah, so the Tweedle twins. And then here's another one of those like ribbon winders. Some people also use them for like washi tape samples. Here's another pop-up element that's in here. We have the waterfall element, and then this one is called a pop-up with a twist. When I add pop-ups, these are my favorite ones to add. And there I snuck in a little bit of trash, finger quotes. It was the packaging that came with some of the graphic 45 roses that I used on the cover. I used up the last of one of my packets. And so that little piece, it's really decorative, and I love that they keep one side simple. It's a beautiful piece to use in my project. I don't throw those in the trash. Here's the last two collage tags. I really like that fantasy Alice in that pocket, and then also the way the one on the front of the pocket was layered up holding the pink flamingo. I have a few tattoos, and one of my first tattoos, I think it was my second or third tattoo that I got, was a big Alice in Wonderland on my back holding that pink flamingo. But yeah, little secret tip there. I've never told anybody else that. And if you know that, it's only because you made it to the end of this video. Congratulations. It's actually not quite over yet. This is a folio that was new. I bought just to do this project. I do like to add something new and not only use things I already had to make this definitely different from any other Alice I've ever done. It has something none of the other ones did. And it did. It came out a lot different than other Alice in Wonderland journals that I've made. It's a favorite topic, and I've made it quite a few times. Alice in Wonderland, Mermaid, and Fairies, I think, my top three repeated subjects for junk journals. And then for me, botanical is just often a sub theme because I just love flowers and want flowers and butterflies on everything. So, yeah. We're continuing on, showing off the cute ephemera. Most of the stuff in this little folio was stuff that came with it, but I did add that postcard and some of the other larger things that I wanted to stick up taller in the back than the ephemera that came with the kit. Just didn't stick up quite as high, which is why it's a bit work to get it to fit in there as well. That was a fun little folio kit. I did put photos at the end, and then last but not least, we have this cute little mini chunky journal. It has Velcro on the back, and it actually fits on the last page. So just inside the back cover, you have the back cover on the right and this little chunky thing on the left. I'm pretty sure we put it away in the journal after I show it off. This was a My Porch Prints digital kit, except for the image on the cover. I had a little pile of fussy cuts sitting on my desk, and I wanted something really big and vibrant for the cover, and I thought that did the trick there. I have a tiny little paper clip from the Tim Holtz. Here is all the ephemera in here is from the kit. The little tabs, the tiny little envelopes. I'm pretty sure it came with more than what I could use, which is saying a lot because I'm pretty good about packing these things full. So there's a little card in that envelope, and then I just clipped the envelope down. I didn't want it flapping. And if I'm going to use a clip, hey, let's add some more. Added that little tabbed tag to the top. And then there's quotes from the book were part of it. The little quote pieces, each one of those I made into pockets. And then since I printed everything on card, this cute little Alice in Wonderland that I didn't use to decorate otherwise became a paper doll for the little mini journal. I call it mini chunky because it's just so chunky. But this had a no-sew construction method where you just glue the pages in an accordion and glue them together and then just glue that into the spine. So if you're intimidated by trying to sew together a journal, This could be a really fun first project for someone. Another nice thing about it is it's not as miniature as some of the ones that I've made. I don't know if you realize that that pocket, the image is upside down. Let's just pretend that I did that on purpose because Alice in Wonderland is wacky. I actually would have ripped it up and sewn it right side up, or sewn it, put it back right side up if it wasn't Alice in Wonderland. But I like leaving a little wacky mistake in the Wonderland projects because it's fun and it just allows an opportunity to show nobody's perfect. And I thought it was still cute, you know, because she's in a topsy turvy world and maybe I'm just making excuses. I don't think so though, because I don't mind ripping things up and gluing it back or gluing something else in its place. That's one of the nice things about paper projects is that it's just paper, scissors, and glue. If I don't like it, I can just rip it up or glue something over the top. Maybe both. Rip it up and glue something over the damage that's left. Here I used one of the little decorative pieces. It's a tuck spot and put some of the little tiny ephemera in there, those little tags. Some of it I used just glued down as decoration and some I glued into tuck spots. In this little piece, this little file folder piece, I did used my like ticket punch for the corners and then used another one of those cute tiny little paper clips there. I love those tiny little paper clips. They're so cute. And there's the back page with another quote from the book. I'm reading it in the original recording of the video, but I'm still having that problem with my phone that makes voicing over really the best option for these. Sometimes in the instructionals, I'll just leave it in there because I do such a great job of explaining what I'm doing in the original video. I'll leave maybe the lesser sound quality. But here I think it's really important to walk you through everything. This had a little cover that I was supposed to use, and I only realized that after I glued the cover shut into a little piece of ephemera. So I just used the file folder as a cover for the mini book, but it had a similar construction method where the pages are just accordioned and then glued pinched shut. And then here's a little piece. There was a bunch of ephemera that was this size and shape. I just used 3 of those, but there was quite a bit more. Again, you could make a couple of these and have them come out completely different. And if you change out the cover each time, you know, then I think you might even make cute Christmas ornaments. They'd be kind of a large ornament on your tree, but it would look nice. Maybe use a grommet and hole punch the spine and hang the Christmas hook. I did add photos at the end of the project so you can get a nice close-up look of all the details. Hopefully you can see the glitter, like the blue glitter on their outfits, and then like the edge of the shell and a couple different places I used opalescent glitter. Thank you so much for watching and also for making it to the end. I hope you all have a wonderful day and please like, subscribe, share the content with anybody else. And if you want to comment that this inspired you or why you like watching the flip throughs, I know I commented why I like watching them. I would love to hear that. Thank you again so much and have a great day.